Hey there, it's Dr. Ashley Southard. I am so excited to be bringing you this COVID coping video series alongside my dear friend and colleague, Dr. Julie T. Anné. We are hoping to give you some tips and strategies for how to walk through some really tough decisions and some really big emotions that this pandemic is bringing up for so many of us. And in today's video, I want to talk about decision fatigue. This is the mental and emotional exhaustion that so many of us are feeling in response to having to make a ton of important and big decisions on a very regular basis. Now, humans thrive on routine and structure and systems. These are the things that really bring order and predictability to our lives, and we do very well with these. And they actually help us cut down on decision making because too many decisions is too taxing. So, something as simple as Taco Tuesday cuts down on the decision of what are we going to have for dinner tonight. Your child's weekly soccer practice on Saturday morning answers the question, what should we do today? The annual gathering that you have with your best friends that happens the second weekend every February answers the question of when are we going to see each other? So we put these systems and these schedules and these routines in place so we don't have to be making these new decisions all the time. But when COVID hit, all of that was really thrown out the window. Suddenly, life as we knew it could not be. We couldn't go and do these things. We couldn't implement these routines because our schedules were thrown off. Something as simple as Taco Tuesday, maybe you couldn't even find the ingredients to make the tacos. So everything was out of whack. The routines, the schedules, the systems were all gone. And we were really faced with just a million different decisions every day, some really small, some really big, and many of them feeling life and death. So this has taken a psychological toll on a lot of people. And as this drags on more and more, that fatigue is growing and growing. There are big domains in life that people are grappling with as a result of this pandemic. Certainly, adults are struggling with work. Is it safe to go to work? Is it safe to come home from work and be around family? If I'm working virtually, how do I do that? How do I convert in-person work to virtual work? Where do I do this work? How do I watch my kids while I'm working? How can I pivot my personal business to a virtual platform? So many decisions. And then we have school for all of these children. We have parents agonizing. Should I send my kid back to school? Should I keep them home? What's safe? What's best for their physical health? What's best for their mental health? Will they still get the same education? So many decisions. And let's not forget our need to play and socialize. We are now gripped with lots of decisions around how to do it safely, how to do it at all. So there are just a lot of different things that people are struggling with on a day-to-day basis. And every single decision we're having to make now has to be run through this new filter of safety and physical health and practicality. The pandemic is really limiting our options, and we're having to think things through a lot more than we ever have before. As a result, people are tired. They are mentally and emotionally tired, and this is decision fatigue, okay? And it comes about because one, all the emotional energy that goes into making these decisions, many of them are just agonizingly difficult. The second is because we're having to make the decisions. We have so many things on our mental radar. And the third is once that decision is made, now a new routine or system is having to be created, and that's taxing too. So people are overwhelmed, they're anxious, they're exhausted, and they're gripped with these decisions that feel so very life and death. Well, here are some tips that hopefully can help you cut down on some of the decision fatigue. The first thing we have to do is look at our mindset. We have to slow down the planner in us and really see that we cannot make the same plans and routines that we normally would because there are so many unknown variables with this pandemic. So we have to get comfortable with the uncertainty of the future and look at things on a more short term basis. The second thing you can do is focus on what you can make a decision about and what you need to make a decision about right now. There are some things we just simply can't decide because it's not time or we don't have enough data yet. So, in that case, this mantra of I don't need to decide that today might be really helpful. Third, seek input from others when appropriate and helpful. Sometimes other people who are a little bit removed from this decision can be more objective, and that might really help you in evaluating your options and help you make a decision. And fourth, offload some of your decisions whenever possible and whenever appropriate. Ask your partner to please decide what's for dinner and make it happen. Ask your friend to please decide where you guys are going to go on your walk together. Last, stay flexible and adaptive and be creative. These decisions are requiring new solutions. We're in a new situation. We are in unprecedented times, and that means some of these situations that we're faced with are going to require unprecedented solutions. So keep your mind really open, really flexible. Think outside of the box. Allow yourself to generate some new solutions when you can. And hopefully, when you put all of these tips together, you will save your energy for making the most out of this difficult time, find the meaning in this experience, and hopefully, it can be a more pleasurable and less exhausting experience.